Because we're shuffling, I think, to superintendent's report.
Yes, I commented earlier in the welcoming. Thank you for welcoming to this evening for hosting an event that I had the opportunity to meet many parents and community members. And I just want to reiterate again that it's my goal as school commences to make myself available at each of the schools and have some community parent forums so I can hear more and get to know the community that much better, okay? And I want to be able to share what I hear from the community with the school board about what we value about our schools and what we hear as concerns and where we want to go. And I also, you can't hear anything? I'm sorry, can you hear me now? Oh, right. Thank you. Just mentioning that I want to be able to hold public forums at each of the schools as the school year commences so I can get to know more of the public and parents in the community and hear about what they value about our school system and also hear suggestions or concerns about where we can go, and I want to be able to document that and share that with the school board. Additionally, I know that in this day and age, it's difficult to communicate to everyone. And what I find particularly interesting, what's so different today, is that when something happens, as a superintendent, everybody knows at the same time. You know, years ago when I started, I could prepare what I was going to say publicly or before the press, but it seems like with the world is flat, as you all read, everybody gets the same information at the same time, and we're all commenting upon it. But that's the difficult part. But I do hope to be able to put on the website some monthly report from the superintendent as to what I'm working on, what I've done during the previous month, and where we're going. Just we don't have the time to put into publications, newspapers, but I can just at least put some small update for you, and I hope that that will help to communicate some of the initiatives and what I'm working on. And the other piece is that I do, it is my goal to, during the course of the year, to set up kind of a schedule where I will definitely visit every classroom in this district. I want to meet the teachers and the students, and I met quite a few this evening, and I had a chance to meet with Cody today. We had a wonderful discussion about the high school, and I have plans to meet with the high school senate students, and I want to be visible and learn as much as I can about the community. As I've already met with numerous staffs, I'll just reiterate again, I mean, we have just wonderful talent and capacity here, and hopefully we can soon start rowing the boat in the same direction and work as a team. Right now, people are pretty distraught and disjointed, and we're going to need to take some time to deal with our adult issues and get back to the business of schooling and what we want our schools to be in this community. And I hope to be able to channel this energy in the right direction. What I wanted to mention on this agenda this evening is that I do request for the school board to set up a work session during the month of August, early August. I know that in the interview process, many initiatives that the school board has underway were expressed to me, and I think we need a work session so that you can outline what your priorities are for the work during my year here in the school system. Secondly, during the interview process, there seemed to be lots of inquiries about curricular options, operations of schools, and so I have put for your review a survey of different types of topics, from international baccalaureate to languages in schools to more efficiencies, all types of things that you may have interest in. I'd like you to complete that survey and identify your priorities. And what I would like to do then is take a look at some of the scheduled meetings and put some of those items up so that you'll have appropriate presentations, and there'll be sufficient public notice if there's dialogue that's needed. Additionally, the last piece I want to bring your attention, it's come to my attention that a school board needs a policy regarding the use of emails. However well-intended, sometimes emails have been used on one's personal account. I have spoken with our tech individuals, and you all have an email account. You all have your own on the school department website, and I know you want to adhere to the proposed policy and guidelines to fulfill your goal and desire to comply with the right to know law. And if you do that, then the school district can properly manage and preserve government records as we should. And I want to have you act on that policy this evening for the first reading, and my request that you put that in practice immediately. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Sue, Business Administrative Report?
Let's see, I have for you an update for the budget. We are wrapping up FY11. Next week is our audit, so we're still working on finalizing payments out of that budget. Right now, we're looking at about $1.3 million fund balance. Is that not working? So just for an update on the budget, at this point in time, we're looking at $1.3 million. Right now, I'm working on a number of purchase orders that we're bringing forward and a number of the items that we talked about that you graciously approved out of fund balance that I want to make sure that we've either paid for them or that we at least bring them forward to take them out of that fund balance. So by next week, I should have a better number for you. I believe you have a meeting perhaps tentatively scheduled for next week where I will have better numbers for you. Because our auditors will be here and we'll just be confirming all of our transactions to wrap up the year. So.
I just want to be clear, so the $1.3 million fund balance that we're expecting is before taking out the additional items that we
No, that's
approved?
after everything has been
After,
clear.
okay, and have we determined where the additional
Where the,
yeah, it
the
seems a
majority of
bit
it-
higher than we thought.
well,
Did
the
it
majority of it is around benefits. Health insurance is a big
Okay.
one.
Okay.
One of the areas is the GMR,
Mm-hmm.
where it was budgeted at 19 and it came in at 13.
Okay.
So that would account for some of it.
Okay.
So, but I will further investigate those and give you some better details of that as we move through the audit and get the final numbers. So
Okay, thank you.
that's the update. I have one more item. I had a meeting this week with Revolution Energy. Do you recall my conversations about Clay Mitchell's group that does the solar power and all of those combinations of ways to save energy-wise? They came in with a proposal. I'm asking that perhaps you would like to put that on your agenda to have Clay and his group come and do a presentation to you, perhaps at your next meeting. There is some urgency. They're hoping to use grant monies that run out December 31st. It's usually, I think, a 3-month, after you approve it, it's like a 3-month period before you can actually start the project. My understanding is that if you want to secure those grant funds, you have to be at least 10% into the project before December 31st to take advantage of those. So I'm hoping that we can have them in and you can hear their presentation. This is in line with the project that the town is engaging in, so it's on the same.
Is there
Sort
an
of the same.
optimal time for these to be installed?
No, there is not, actually.
It can be done in the
It can be
winter?
done in the winter. It's not ideal, but it can be, and I did ask that question. It's a good question.
Krista?
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
The grant monies that they're thinking about using, does that cover what percentage of the work approximately would that cover?
Well, the way it works is these grant opportunities are only available to companies, it's stimulus funds. So the way it works is they provide all of the project costs, get the grants, and then we pay them. So we pay them the funds that we would normally pay for our energy costs. So that's how it works. I mean, they can explain it better than I. And it's usually a 10 to 15-year agreement you have with them. They own the property, they maintain the property. All of that comes in their package. And when you sign on the dotted line, you sign up for their 10-year agreement. And they receive the grant funds based on that agreement you have with them.
And
So the cost savings doesn't really show up till about 10 years down.
Well,
the
it
pike.
does It does show up. It does show up within your first years, but as you move beyond the first few years, it does become more substantial. Yes, that's correct. That's how it works. Thank you. Anything else? That's all I have. Thanks.
Any more questions? Thanks, Sue. Okay, district, Danielle, you're doing the district initiative update?
We don't have the district initiative update for tonight. I was away at Power School training, so I didn't give you the backup on that. And the leadership team met and decided that we'd like to request that we put in August district initiatives, but we also include an overview of our CINI plans, our school in need of improvement plans, and our district in need of improvement plans.
I'm sorry, so in August, you want to put in the DINI and CINI plans, but what
Right.
about the district?
Because it ties in with what our district
will
initiatives
tie
are,
in with the
right?
district
So our
initiative.
district initiatives basically lead the CINI and DINI plans.
Okay. So nothing tonight. Okay, Megan.
Can I ask a question,
Sure,
Danielle?
ma'am.
I know that could you just give briefly an overview to the community about, I know there's some committees in place working on this, and there's community participation. Could you just give folks a little bit of an overview about that related to the CINI and DINI?
I can tell you that we're meeting, our plans are due in the beginning of August, so we've been meeting the past few weeks. We'll be meeting again this week at all the schools and putting a draft together. So I think you've heard from Chris Gallo tonight that she has a parent meeting that's scheduled for next Thursday night. So we'll be getting parent input on that. We also have a parent on all of our teams as a representative. So
Thank you.
we're working on those plans.
Thanks.